Say yay again.
Yay!
And there was much mercy. And there was feedback.
Yay!
But I think it's actually this. Now try.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, yay.
Yay!
Yay.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you know, it's Monday, so.
There we go.
I got a whole bunch of stuff
Cool.
to talk about today.
Oh, there we go.
Dude. Hi, I am Jerry Welch.
Hi, I'm Herbert Midgley. I'm Nick Carroll.
And this is Whatever. Your most exciting 30 seconds you'll see.
That's right.
On air on this station. This half hour.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
That's right. Wow.
Of course, that means, see, I'm safe by saying that because there's no other show on this time, so therefore, you know, that's how it goes.
Wow.
Well, I just want to say I had a great weekend. I actually slept, get this morning, I woke up after 10.5 hours of sleep.
Wow.
I haven't slept that long in like years.
There we
but
go.
I feel supercharged. Supercharged, man!
Uh-oh.
Ready to go! What's wrong with you, man?
Well, actually,
Sitting there like a dog.
I had to get up at 8. I had to be at work at 8 o'clock.
I started my 8
Man,
at 8 o'clock.
I'm gonna have to kill you. So and actually I heard there was this very interesting radio program, so I listened to it like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Is it the Art Bell radio?
Yes, it was. It was coast to coast.
Art Bell, coast to coast.
That's pretty close to
You guys are nuts.
But it wasn't Art Bell. It was the special weekend host.
Oh, yeah, what's his name? Greg or
Greg, yes.
Greg Bell.
His wife sits in every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rarely. I bet they're wondering what I have in my hand here. What's it look like from the camera?
Tapes, sort of? Or
CDs!
Well, yeah, it looks like CDs. But actually, they're cassettes. And I'm going to move closer look at these. These are all Destroyer cassettes.
Oh, wow.
The entire books. The greatest series.
There we go.
Greatest series.
The guest camera.
All right, there we go.
They're all Destroyers.
You don't want to destroy those.
No. I got these off of eBay.
Recently?
Yes. 7 of them for $17.
Cool.
How many?
7 of them for $17. And normally they're $8 a pop.
Cool.
Hey, there's our first fax call.
Wow.
Hello, you're on Whatever. I told you.
The
Fax.
fax.
Do the fax. Machine
Fax alert.
But I've got.
Fax alert.
Let me tell you some of the books I got.
Okay.
I've got Bidding War,
All right.
which was still back in Will Murray's time. Engines of Destruction, Will
I
Murray.
read that one.
Feast or Famine, the very last Will Murray Destroyer. 109.
Oh, so that's one.
Yeah, one of the Mike Foster, the guy that wrote The Executioner. And I see why they executed him.
He wrote 3
One of
bad
the
ones.
C round
3
ones.
bad ones, and I've got 2 of them. 109 and 110. Matter of fact, the
That's
worst.
just for posterity, right?
Yeah, the worst destroyer
You're not
ever
going to
made.
listen to those.
Not yet. I probably will listen to him. This one, number 109, has Remo and Chun hiding from badgers. Yeah. Yeah. 108 though was the worst destroyer of all. Yeah. Even Nick don't read him, and he understands. Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
It's like, do these people even read the books before they started writing them?
Badgers.
Seriously.
No, for being
This is
bad.
gonna be a tiger or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
A
at
robot
least-
tiger.
No, now there are dozens of badgers, but still, man. I mean, that's like just get your
They're
fingernails
like
dirty.
evil badgers and they chase down masters of Sinanju, right?
Well, no, they were there. And the musk, see, that's a badger on the front. Someone was using the musk of a badger as a weight loss thing, but it was driving housewives crazy. They were killing people. So
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
108 was the worst. There were 2 eBay auctions.
That does stink.
This had 7, and the other one had 7, but the other one had number 108 by itself. Now 109 and 110 are the other 2 horrible books, but 108 is so bad it's worse than these 2 put together.
Wow.
Remo drinks coffee in there. He's a super intellectual guy. He has to study something about alligators or dinosaurs or something. And in a matter of 2
He
hours...
hangs out with Mac Bolan and all those, right?
No, he thinks he does. But anyway, in that amount of time, literally, Remo just pours over a few books, and all of a sudden he's an alligator expert. College level, because he remembers everything he's exposed to. So he's like doing one of these speed reading things, you know, just, oh, okay, I got it. I understand the basic concepts and the advanced
But
concepts.
can you download phones? Why, of course. I read the phone book.
Now, I can believe Chung could become an expert.
I do too.
Because Chung is very.
He's perfect. I mean, what is he going to forget?
Chun's experts is linguistics, though. 'Cause, I mean, he knows
It is.
dozens and dozens
It
of
is.
languages.
And
He's had to tell so many different people they're going to die in their own language.
That's
you know.
right. Well, he just says
Got it.
Sinanju, and that's good and all that.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I have
Got the
111,
card.
which is cool because this is the first Jim Mulaney
Oh,
book.
cool.
So see, I've got the last Will Murray book and the first Jim Mulaney, and I've got the best Jim Mulaney book.
You'd think after 108, the
The
character...
last Monarch. This one feels a little lighter because the tape's in my tape player in the car.
Oh,
there you go.
So it's two
Two
tapes.
tapes. It's 3 hours or so.
So how did the putts before this guy get 2 extra ones after the first one?
2 extra ones.
Extra books. He wrote 3
Well,
books, right?
see, you have to
How did he
realize.
snooker that in?
Well, see how it works is like they're writing on one,
Yeah.
then they're publishing the one he just did, and then
Okay.
the one out in the store is 2 back.
Okay.
So they didn't understand how bad of a writer he was until the start of the 3rd book.
Wow.
They cut it as quickly as they could, but there's like a 2 or 3 book gap there.
You know, they really shouldn't have released it. But I guess
Well,
they
they
had
don't
to.
care. Well, yeah, they had to because they have to release on a certain time. They have a contract with Warren Murphy. They have to release for a year, and that's all
Regardless
they
of
have.
quality.
Regardless of quality. I mean, they could have, you know, Ann Richards.
You know
right
what?
there.
There, you could have done a better
Yeah,
job than
I was
that.
saying that me and you
Oh, yeah.
get together and
I'll like proof it or do
And
something
Nick can
useful
proof it,
or
and
something.
he can make sure. But this one is so
Something
funny.
like maybe.
Now the voice, the guy, same guy does all the voices and all these, but he does Chun's voice older here
You two should make a destroyer type character.
than he does here. Well, kind of my book series has a two. I don't want to I mean,
Yeah.
I put a little thing in my book, a little tribute to
Yeah.
Sinanju, but I
I
don't
know
want
if you don't want to write, you know, Nero Michaels, you know.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
But Remo is so perfect as a book
Yeah,
series. It's just,
untouchable. It's the Sinanju series.
and that's why
There you
all
go.
the Mac Bolan clones died out.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick.
Real quick. Well, see, this series doesn't make so serious of itself. I mean, it's very lighthearted, very funny. I'm laughing out loud. When was the last time you read a book where you laughed out loud, literally? Destroyer what? I mean, seriously, you just say where you laughed out loud. I mean, and this isn't a comedy series. It's just so funny. And like in this one, I forgot about this. It's been a while since I read the book. Chun just got turned down, or his script got finally made to a movie. You remember that?
I actually haven't read that one.
Okay, I'll let you. You want to read it or hear it? This is my favorite one.
It might be fun to hear it.
Read this out loud so they understand what you're reading. Then you tell me what you think it's doing.
Thanks to Chung's emptying base technique, past U.S. presidents remembered nothing about Kerr, America's most secret defense organization. Now, a former head of the state believes to have lost his mind, suddenly finds it. He calls Dr. Harold Smith and says, before Remo and Chung can redo the amnesia trick, the old guy is kidnapped by bumbling eco-terrorists, eager to sell him to a desert despot with a grudge. As an ex-Mr. President, he dodgily tries out and win his captors and single-handedly saves the Middle East from extinction. You know, I know what president I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who?
Someone from Georgia.
No.
No?
Do you think Carter could save the Middle East?
No. Well, I thought I thought he could outwit his one. But it must be the good one.
It is.
Okay.
That's why it's the ultimate tribute. Oh, you can't beat that one.
Remo and Chung pick up the trail and, worried about Dr. Smith's fingers on the cyanide pill, convinced that this is it. For Remo, it will be, unless Chung drops the attitude he has adopted over a certain fiasco involved in his Hollywood screenplay. The world's most deadly assassin ends up killing each other before they can save.
I want to tell you so many things about this. This also, there's a character that appears in here that will not show up again until 129 in a major way.
Should I name who the president is? There?
Sure.
Reagan.
Yeah, it is Reagan. Well, see, what they're saying here is that Reagan didn't have Alzheimer's. That when Chun put the emptying
cool.
basin technique to forget that, he had something in his genetic makeup that triggered Alzheimer's. So he's on his horse. I'm not going to give away too much because it's just the first chapter. Falls off the horse, hits his head, and his memory comes back. He knows everybody. Doctors are freaking out. You can't do this. It's like, well, I guess I can. So it's like, wow. So guess what? He remembered the all ones. Just keep dialing one.
I remember that.
By the way, in the Yahoo groups, I put a new, since I heard them do that, Reagan was pushing all the ones, I put a new poll in the House of Sinanju web group. Let me read it to you.
Okay.
Go ahead. This is going to be good.
Cool.
Another poll. Where's this website located at?
Yahoo.com, under groups, type in Sinanju.
Sinanju. All right.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And you're on that website a few times, aren't you? Like, don't they have your name posted there?
Yeah, TL Witness there.
TL Witness? That's cool.
Yeah, how many, you haven't had a chance to read any Remo books, have you?
The first one, which of course wasn't indicative of everything else, but that's alright.
Yeah, it was too serious. That's what the story would have been if they tried to be
it was still
serious.
interesting, but yeah, well, it wasn't exceptional in the fact that, you know.
Nor was it even remotely humorous.
Yeah. It was okay.
It was good to read after I read a bunch of other ones. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I read it, and then the things that Jerry lent me, the Inside St. Andrew, when Remo died, that cleared up a lot of things.
Yeah.
That really should have been...
Remind me to tell you about linguistics. Here's something I think about Remo, and Chun keeps pouring over the histories, and Remo was picking up a few languages, but not many, you know. He knows Korean, English, of course, and one other language. What was it? Like Russian, I think.
Was it Russian?
A few words of Russian or something.
He didn't bother with French. No reason.
Yeah.
And apparently...
Who's a threat from France anyways? I mean,
all the martial arts came from St. Andrew, except for the kicking martial art from France.
Yeah.
You don't know where that...
Savate.
That's only like 200 years old anyways. 200. Yeah. Maybe 1800.
Okay, I'm going to turn this microphone on here.
Okay.
Alright, it works. Okay, the question is, talking to people who are fans of St. Andrew, how many of you have ever dialed continuous ones on a phone just to see? Option 1. I have more than once just to make sure the line wasn't down. 2. I did once, but I can't tell you about it or I would have to tell you. 3. No comment. 4. I haven't, but now that you mention it, where's the phone? 5. I never have and never will. So far it's been 4 replies. 2 of them said yes, I did once, but I can't tell you about it or I'd have to kill you. And the other 2 said, I never have and never will. So.
I'm scared too.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have put that as an option.
What if they do that technique on you and it doesn't work? You know.
Yeah, I don't want to lose any more.
Speaking of which, do you remember what I asked you to remind me of? Speaking of emptying basin techniques.
Emptying basin techniques.
Yeah.
Oh, the movie?
Linguistics.
Linguistics.
How about those linguistics?
Okay, seriously, Chun knows all these languages, right? And I think there's some kind of ceremony that Remo hasn't had yet when he actually becomes the actual reigning master of St. Andrew, that all the knowledge of all the scrolls pours into his head, including all the languages, scenarios and stuff. And then he's going to say, well, then why do you have me study those scrolls, Chun? Well, you had to learn before this happened. Otherwise, Remo's going to go around and no one's going to understand it. But that'd be a quick fix to it.
I can't wait for Remo to pick on...
well, maybe he just has to work on that discipline. Maybe he just has to
You
work
tell
on
him to work on that discipline.
How old is Remo's son?
Early 20s.
So he's getting close to the 30s is usually...
He's not going to. His daughter is a teenager now, 18.
There'll never be a woman in the house of St. Andrew.
Well, that's not what Remo said. He said, I think I'll change that too. There was one woman who tried to be a master of St. Andrew, but it didn't work. And therefore, Chun has spoken truly. There never has been, not that there never will be. And Remo said he's going to change that.
Well, if you love Remo as much as we do, or just want to give us a holler,
That's right.
call us here at whatever.
That's right.
564?
5900?
What area code?
936?
Yep.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Call us.
Okay,
Whatever.
we spent the first 15 minutes talking about
If you don't mind,
the story.
I want to share some amazing technology I heard on the radio last night. It was on Coast to Coast.
Is this one?
No. Was on Coast to Coast.
Right.
Now, this is amazing.
Coast to Coast? Is that the Space Coast program?
Coast.
Coast to Coast. Now,
Art Bell.
I'll start off.
Oh, yeah.
I'll start off over here, and then pen.
Now you got me curious.
Is this that new telepathic technology where they...
No.
Read minds?
This is all based around 9. Okay, this guy was the human calculator. He was on the show last night.
All right.
And he said he stumbled onto this. I showed it to a few people and they said they've actually seen it before. So if I take any number above 9 can go down to 9. And what I mean by that, if you add the sum together.
36.
Well, 10, let's take 10.
Okay, 10.
You can see that? It's just 10. Okay.
Where
1
do you see it?
plus 0 is what?
1.
1. So 1 minus 10 is 9. So I'll do it with 13.
I was just thinking 13 in my head.
13.
So you're getting told
What
what
number?
One,
Yeah.
1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus 13 is 9.
What
So-
is that with 9s though? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, so this is cool by itself. If this did it all the way up to 20, that's cool. But guess what? It doesn't. 99. 9 plus 9 is
18.
18. 18 minus 99 is
71.
almost
80.
81. 8 plus 1 is
9.
9. And guess what? It
So-
does it forever. It goes from 10 to infinity.
So 9 is the magic number.
9 is the magic number. So if
What
I
about
do,
1,465,890?
well, let me just do this number here. I'm just gonna.
Alright. I think I found the number
You-
we work
you can-
on is what it is.
You can find
All right, that's enough. Okay, that's a lot of numbers.
Break my
a
brain.
bunch of numbers. 7, 3, 8, 2, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3, 7. Okay, I'm gonna add them. I'm gonna add them all up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And that's why I picked it because it's easy.
Oh, okay.
That's why I picked that number. But it could be any number. So 60 minus that number, that big number, 7. That'd be 5 there. So that would be
7.
7. Thank you.
I had to redeem myself for that 71.
Hey, it's all right. We all have the, and if we add all these numbers together, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45,
52, 59.
40, so that's 7 is 14, right?
59.
So 59. I must have just added. Okay, let me look
No, I just added 2 then. No,
Okay.
that's correct.
Because 7 goes there and there. That would be
Too many numbers! Can't think!
I'm sorry, I need another 5 there. I need a 5 there. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. So that's 40,
49
9,
and 14, 63. 6 plus 3 is 9.
6 plus 3 is
Aha!
9.
Bravo, easy.
So that works. That is blowing my mind. Now the reason why this works, let me ask you. 5 plus 5 is what?
10?
8,
6 plus 6 is
10,
12?
12.
12. Okay,
Okay.
how do you know that?
I don't know.
How do you know that?
It's magic. Okay, I won't reveal it.
We know it because we memorized it
Yeah.
in 3rd and 2nd grade, right?
Yeah.
We're
2 plus
supposed
2,
to say.
1 plus 3.
The value of money tells
We
you
memorize
that.
it. But guess what? I don't have to rely on that. So I say 6 plus 6. I'll put 66 here. Add it together, 12. That's what I'm guessing or what I memorized. Subtract that, 4 and 5. 5 plus 4 is 9.
So there's some kind
So-
of 9
So
decimal.
that
9!
that will help you.
That's what it
check your
means.
math.
Seriously, think about this. The word 9 is no in Germany. So
9.
all of math together was saying no to Hitler.
There you
How's
go.
that?
Well, also this is channel 42.
Right.
4 plus 2 is
6.
reverse the 6 and it's a
9.
It's backward 6. If you
That's
make it
upside
upside
down
down,
6.
it's a 9.
It's a
9.
yes.
That, now the answer to everything should be 9 then,
So see, it is.
instead of 42. And not, I mean, I
Well,
like
it is because
Hitchhiker's Guide
because
to
it
the
is.
Galaxy.
4 plus 2 is 6 and you
There we
make it
go.
upside down, it's 9.
Well, yeah, but 6 minus 42 is what?
36. And that's
3
equals
plus 6 is
9.
There you go.
So
that's the, that we're going to call that Herb's 9 principle.
This, okay, I'm making a prediction. I don't do this often on whatever. This is going to change the way kiddos learn math.
Of course, give them something to do. Maybe.
Because right now, when you go learn
I'll
math,
tell my 8-year-old that tonight and he'll absorb it. Seriously,
Exactly.
he's to the point now he can multiply any number up till 5 up to any 2-digit number.
well, think of it.
Like he can multiply 57 times 3.
I can't do that.
And I say,
I
what's
can't
that?
even
You know,
add 5 and 5.
Seriously, what's 57 times 3, Cody? He'll say, 171.
Because he
He's
doesn't.
8.
The guy last night, the human calculator, said this. To him, math is a language. He thinks that we should teach math as a language,
Makes
as
sense.
something that
Did
we
he say
as-
how,
as
or
a
did he
universe-
just say that?
Well, he has a technique.
Or did he say 1463?
He has a technique. But
Yeah. I mean, that's like what the memory guy, Kevin Trudeau,
Yeah.
he has a technique too. Whenever he remember someone's name, he basically will spell out their name and it'll stand for something, and it'll have basically a story. So he'll say something like Jeremy, like instantly he'll think like Germany. This person's from Germany. So and so, or even though they're not, but he'll get that enough. But that technique.
I
is
want
what
straight up body, have shoes. Say it with me, yabba dabba doo.
But this guy, this chemical calculator says he memorizes nothing. He just knows the process. He can compute so fast.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to memorize square roots or cube roots or anything like that, because he can just mentally he's in the Guinness Book of World Records of beating a calculator.
Cool.
This man is literally
Was it a slow calculator?
well. Apparently, a professional accountant was running the calculator and he beat the calculator.
Cool.
That was my major.
Can you break the man's arm first?
I don't know.
beat it.
That was my major
Cool. Revelation.
that I wanted to
There
share
you go.
with
That's
the
cool though. I mean, I'm picking at you. But
So
I
when-
think
so when
You
you're
show it to your kiddos?
I will show it to my kids.
So when is your Exodus?
Well, you know, how old is your little one?
I have 10, 8, and 2. Actually, Justin 6 and 11.
It's
Joe's
20.
9.
Well, I'll be curious. Let us know.
He'll come teach us all about it.
That's right. They'll take over the
Seriously,
world.
he's got that little math brain.
What you do is you let them take
You know
over
what
the
his math
budgeting.
average was this year? 99.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Wow. I got another trick I'll show you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, all right. That's only because we're running out of time today.
Well, how did band
And I
camp
wanna-
go today?
Oh, band camp went fine. Best.
Did you laugh at anyone?
No.
You
Best
used to
city.
make fun of
Have you
anyone,
ever
push
laughed
them
at
in the mud?
anyone?
No.
We don't want to know about all this
No,
stuff, but we
no,
can
no.
see if we go down there. We want to know, like, you guys, all you professors get behind, like, laugh at chore.
No, these kids are here to.
You don't throw paper airplanes and spit balls at them?
Well, that's no fun.
These
You
kids.
know what that means? That means tomorrow I have to go out there and throw airplanes and spit balls at them.
Well, these are the best set of kids I've had at band camp, and this is my 8th year, and they're for some reason the most well behaved. I don't know what it is. Maybe because
Right,
you know what it
well,
is? Maybe it's my beard.
Well, keep in mind, this is day one.
And yeah, it's
Yes, sir.
true. And also, I said, how much sleep you guys got last night? None. You know, because the first time
Okay, yeah.
you got knocked on the door at 6:30.
Oh, I know y'all.
Keep
Here,
playing. Keep playing to them. That's what'll do it.
here's what you bring.
Oh.
This will straighten you out. Now,
The hammer of justice.
Mjolnir. Now you can see the word Thor on there. Let's get a little closer.
That's right. But can you see the hammer?
There you go. Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
There you go.
That's why I rock. Because
That's
I'm
right.
worthy. So take this tomorrow, and it's heavy too, man.
That's right. No.
But see, that say if he be worthy, can't pick it up, which is what the comics say.
Yeah.
That would be a cool. Can you imagine, like, what was that big movie that just came out? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
A Thor movie done like that.
Oh, that's great.
Asgard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Well, you know, I'm sure a Thor movie is coming.
Yeah.
It is. They start filming Fantastic Four next March, by the way.
Is Alan D. Scott or whatever his name going to be in it?
No, I hope not. He had his chance, but it's a little bitty.
He'd have to be like, he'd have to be that fat guy, Hemidal, what's his name?
Heimdall. No, Volstagg.
Volstagg, yeah.
Yeah. Heimdall's the guy that has the good ears. He
Yeah.
can hear grass grow.
There you go.
Like, boy, he must be bored.
Not a keeping calm, but he's a hearing
Look at
threat.
that. Thor martial arts right there, buddy.
Wow.
There we go.
Thor and Aquaman, the best crossover ever.
Well, think
That's
about
right.
this. So if you take the R and the O, switch them, you got throw.
There you go. You can smash some fish with
That's
that.
my revelation for
Smack.
the day.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I'll put this back. This
If
up.
anybody would like to try that 9 technique,
Yes.
try it. I've tried it with a bunch of numbers, and I've only been messing around with it for just a day because I heard about it last night at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So, Nick, are you going to contribute to this show at all? Or are you just going to sit there and say, wow?
I'm waiting for Remo and Thor, Remo and Thor show to hit me. No, yeah, well, today I got a message from the guy I wrote to last Friday. Last Friday, as some of you may remember,
I remember.
I went to the library, I had some time free,
Must be nice.
visited the abortion section of the
They do
library.
abortions in the library. Oh, I got to kill that thing. Go ahead, I'll execute it.
Oh, please do. Abort that thing. Wow. Well, anyways, this is, okay. So, I picked up a book called Abortion, a Dialogue at the library. It's a little 80-page book,
Excuse me.
and it was reading it, and it was a dialogue between three people. Three people. Well, he's over there now. He's over.
Oh, is he now? Go ahead.
And anyways, there were three people involved in a conversation that lasted the span of a few hours. He like flew down. Well, there was Alex, the guy in the middle. He basically pretended to be neutral. Pretended to be neutral on the subject. And there were two other people involved in this conversation. One was a pro-choice advocate. The other one was a pro-life advocate. And they had this basically a debate on the issue of abortion. Well, I read through these 80 pages, and they were not that good. I felt that the pro-life side wasn't
As well represented as we were.
yes, as well represented as they should have been.
Did he go down?
That was part of the
And anyways, so I decided to, I'm scared for my life. I'm about to make my pants wet. But anyways, so I wrote down the author's name, his website, and his email address, and I promptly wrote him an email that afternoon, telling him that I liked the book. It was a nice and quick read. However, I don't think the pro-life side was advocated very well.
Represented.
Well, yeah, it just wasn't represented well. So, I sent that message off. Well, this morning I come to work, and sure enough, he sent a reply.
Wow!
Yeah, he said, I'm glad you...
They were the one person who read the book.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's tiny and it's tucked away, and I can't imagine more than a handful of people that would have bought it. But I mean, it's just real tiny, it's not very deep, and it even says, hey, we're not going to go deep in it, but anyways. So, but he said among other things, thank you for reading the book, and he basically pushed this kind of view. He basically sort of slapped my point of view aside, and
without considering it.
Yeah, without considering it, because my point of view doesn't pair up with his point of view, So he sort of pushed that aside. So I basically have been in a dialogue with him today, of course, with a few messages.
You're trying to dismiss it without even proving it wrong or giving it any weight. And the one thing I saw the email too, and the one thing that disturbed me was like he said he never heard that argument before.
Oh yeah.
It's the main crux of the pro-life argument. If he hasn't heard that argument, if he doesn't understand it, he cannot understand the pro-life argument.
Yeah. I think what threw him is that I use the word species.
A scientific term.
Yeah. And he says that science is what's the word?
Impotent.
Impotent. Science cannot grasp the big question. And I said,
Questions.
The questions, You can't blindly dismiss science.
Look, read that in red.
Okay.
I disagree.
One of the things he says is science is impotent to settle the issue. I disagree. Science is important when dealing with this issue.
That clock's wrong. It's 6:31.
Oh.
Is that cheap?
Yeah. That is cheap. Well,
Nick, you get the first 4 minutes tomorrow.
Okay, there we go.
Or more. And then you can do your trick, and I'll be last tomorrow.
There we go.
I wanted to hear.
You
know what? This is the cliffhanger.
Yeah, that is.
This is
everyone freeze. Everyone freeze. To be continued.
Oh, one last thing. Can we do a quick drink?
Drink break.
Synchronized drink break.
Please. To be continued.
Ding 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 ding.
Hi, I'm Jerry Wells.
Hi, I'm Herbert Midgley.
I'm Nick Carroll.
And this is whatever. You know that.
Whatever.
And you call us at 564-5900.
Call.
Right now.
Call.
And bring the phone on your way back.
Yeah. Well, Jerry, how you been doing today?
Oh, been doing great. Getting ready to talk about the Tick today.
Great.
Saw some Tick TV shows last night. Excellent stuff. Also, Nick gets the first few minutes.
Yes, that's right. Because this is the special.
Well, I don't understand. Because see, Nick's supposed to have the first few minutes, and he's not here.
Very interesting.
Nah, I think it's a plot. Conspiracy.
Yes, I think so.
Is he communist or?
We can ask him.
Are you communist?
I'm just giving you guys a moment to sign before I take over.
Okay. Hey, you get the first few minutes, remember, because
There you go.
we left the cliffhanger last time.
There you go.
Live on.
Le phone. Le phone. There we go.
My hair. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I did like the Tick Show. I've seen like 4 or 5 of them so far.
Okay, you saw the
Great
pilot,
show.
right?
Saw the pilot.
Was that cool?
Very cool.
He starts out guarding a bus station.
Yes.
Did you hear what said? You're my.
Yeah. Vending machine, you were my.
Yeah.
How many,
Release your bladder.
Yes. If you're a coffee, yeah.
Java.
You Java devil. Coffee. Yeah.
how many,
There are 9 of them.
9 of them, that's it?
The pilot, 8 of them, and the last one was not aired.
Really? That's where they should, maybe it's canceled, they should air it.
too cool. Yeah,
They should at least, I mean, pay for it.
UPN has Wolf Link, I mean.
Oh, please, yeah.
How many links did they make?
Too many. Probably
Good
nine.
drink break.
Probably 9 of them. I haven't seen any more than
All right.
5 or 6 so far.
Which, okay, you want me to tell you about Tick versus Justice? I shouldn't.
No, don't.
It's
I want to
funny.
see it. It's gonna be. I'm gonna see the rest of it. Back.
That is the funniest one. Now, see, I haven't seen Ours That Means Space or whatever.
Yeah, I was asking you for it, but I already had that.
Alright.
See, I guess that show would work well in syndication. Sometimes networks,
Yeah.
like, Gene Roddenberry figured that out in
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Syndication,
Actually,
It was on
Desilu
CBS originally, wasn't it?
Yes.
Desilu is the original people who got syndication because they syndicated both I Love Lucy and Star Trek, and they had a few other shows they didn't catch.
Mission Impossible, did they have that?
I don't know.
I believe they had Mission Impossible.
That's cool. It is.
Wow.
So anyway, you want to tell about your letter today?
Yes,
Yeah, can't wait.
I've been engaging artificial intelligence professor. He teaches AI for machines and stuff.
Is he human?
Yeah, maybe. It doesn't say.
If he wasn't,
Yeah, well,
that's not the question. Is he a person?
But is he a person? Well, maybe, maybe not. No, but I've been engaging in a dialogue with the author of an abortion book. He happens to be a professor at a university in New York. And I basically sent him a message like an hour after I read his short little book on abortion saying, well, I essentially liked it, but I found some problems with it. It's sort of related to him, the problems that I found in it. That the book is basically centers around a debate that 3 people have in a cafe near the Supreme Court or something. And they're one pro-choice advocate, one pro-life advocate, and someone that's allegedly neutral. And the pro-choice advocate is a lawyer.
One question real quick.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of anyone who's neutral on the abortion?
Only those that know nothing about it.
Correct.
And I doubt there's some people that don't know anything about it.
I think it's those people who are too embarrassed to admit they know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Say they're neutral. That way, justify their ignorance.
It's kind of like this. You put it like this. Either you love me or you hate me.
That's right.
No one kind of is likable.
Yeah.
It's either,
One or the other.
and one person here loves me and the other
They
person
may
hates
not
me.
know you, but that's no excuse. They should all. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To know me is to love me.
There you
And
go.
To love
You
me.
didn't have to go there.
There you go. There you go. Well, we don't want to get biblical here, but
Get off my page.
that's right. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, anyways, it basically centers around pro-life and pro-choice advocate debating. The pro-life advocate is like a pediatrician of all people.
Wow.
And then the neutral guy, I have no idea what he.
Get in college student, you said, right?
I think. I thought they were all college students, but apparently, well, and they probably are. I mean, the guy wrote the book. They could be anyone. They could all be him. They could not be him. I don't know. But so, anyways, but they have this debate. And basically, really early on, the pro-life advocate totally just gives up on a central theme in the pro-life argument, and the rest of the book, they center on everything else. But even despite giving up that major thing, she still ended up practically winning that debate.
Wow.
Without it. The point that she basically gave up on is that the pro-life advocate is if it's human and if it's alive
And innocent.
and innocent, then it should live. You shouldn't take its life. Yeah. So, but she's like, well, just because the pro-choice advocate was like, well, if the quality, if a property of it is that it is a human property, and if it is, then that automatically doesn't mean that it has value. And she said, oh, okay, well, I can agree to that. Well, that's not the
Hitler
issue.
did too.
Yeah, it's not.
Basically, that's using the argument that you can exclude some persons some humans, if they don't meet your definition of
And that's
person.
what, and you know,
Therefore, anything you do is justified.
yeah, and they even justified slavery, you know, with the person.
Yeah. One point I want to make out is that, who's that guy that was in Austin, was it? He shooting people off the clock tower?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. David,
Loser got shot.
yeah, I know exactly.
Anyway, I mean, he didn't know those people, they were humans, they were alive, but he couldn't tell if they were persons or not.
Yeah.
So by that view, hey, he didn't know that was a person.
Yeah.
He knew that.
How do you prove that every single person is a person?
Every single human is a person.
How does two people agree that this entity is a person? How do you gauge that? Everyone will disagree. I've debated against people that say, as soon as that moment of first thought occurs, they are now a person, which of course would be in the womb at some.
Not only that,
point.
but that means that you'd have to become a mind reader to know that.
Yeah, you have to know that. Well, when they reach that point, how do you know? Well, I don't know. When you reach that point,
We can measure brain
obviously-
activity in 8 weeks.
So obviously, he's pro-abortion up until first thought occurs. And the other person I've debated with, on the same thread was, well, it's not a person until it has moral understanding and then can act upon
And
that
no
moral
right, it has
understanding.
the capacity and the ability to act upon
Yeah,
the
it knows
distinction
what-
between right and wrong.
Yeah. Which, how old does the kid
newborn
have to
can't
be?
do that,
Yeah. So
Some people, I might not even qualify.
that's just the varying
I mean,
ways.
that's okay, man.
Yeah, that's just
No,
the
you're
varying
supposed to
way.
say, no, that means you can try.
You can try.
No, that means you can try.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Try.
There you go. So, but anyways, yeah, it seemed to me that he was missing some points, some very valid points. He just never even really came into discussion. In fact, it was in chapter 2 that this issue was cast aside. Keep in mind, this is not a long book. This is at
80
best an
pages.
80-page book. It's like probably 8 chapters or something like that. Anyways, in the first section of chapter 2, she basically concedes that point. And the next chapter, chapter 3, is Lauren's best shot. That's Lauren L for life. And then C, Charles for choice. He ends up, the next chapter, Charles come back or return. But it just wasn't, the pro-life argument was not even remotely adequately portrayed there. So just basically wanted to point that out. Beaver basically replies back saying, I've never heard such a thing. That you would look at species,
Hey,
or
by
that
the
it's a
way,
human. I've never heard
He's
of that.
wrong because you know what? In a later letter, he says, I don't know why people keep trying to use that argument. Remember that?
Yeah, so he admits that it's not fresh and new for him. It's not new. How would it possibly be new to him if he's ever had an abortion debate? Someone's obviously said, well, it's human, isn't it? Someone has to have said that. Who's he debating against? It doesn't,
He is people.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, anyway, so I've had
He
this.
is getting people from college campuses. So.
Yeah,
Now, this could be Berkeley.
it could be. Well, anyways, so
Plants are people too,
that's right. Feed the
Lilies.
plants. Yeah, feed the lilies. But when is the rose? Anyways, I've been engaging in this email dialogue with them. Like I sent one Friday. He sent a reply Monday. I sent a reply to him like Monday afternoon. Tuesday morning, he sent a reply. Anyways, we've had this back and forth going on until and I've got another message from him. It's turned down to where he's very condescending. He's like, well, you need to change your beliefs because this isn't working out. You don't.
Yeah, that's what he literally said. He said it's not easy, but you can do it.
Yeah, you don't.
He didn't address a single point Nick made, didn't try to prove even one point wrong. He just said, well, this is a wrong argument for you to have.
What type of logic, error of logic?
Oh, he says science is not deductive.
Science is not deductive.
That's what science is. Isn't
I
it?
know.
It's deductive reasoning.
Yeah,
It's very
wait. He says science is impotent to answer big questions.
Science is based on the empirical data, right?
Yeah, and that data is achieved through a deductive reasoning
Right.
process. No way around
Using
that.
facts.
Using facts. And they establish facts by doing that. And this consensus is reflected by the
See, the
scientific
big thing
community.
is Nick has this guy running because he's already went on record to understand, to acknowledging
On
that
his own website,
at conception it's human.
yeah,
At
and
conception is
is
alive.
Oh, yeah, there's somewhere else in another page he says that you have to be like something along the lines of an idiot to think otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, but
So,
anyway.
and also, I cannot imagine him arguing that it's guilty of something, that each fetus is guilty of something worthy of the death penalty.
Yeah.
But how long, when someone gets sentenced to death in Texas, how long does it take for them to usually have to
8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
have it carried out.
And they could not be killed the
They-
same manner people are reported.
Yeah. Plus, they can appeal and appeal and appeal.
Yeah.
No appeal.
Yeah, every time you see it on the TV, this happened in '92, and this
Yeah.
happened in '87, this happened in, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
man, wow. You know, they had,
You look at.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
what's the
that
youngest person?
question is asked in and kind of answered in Tick versus Justice. That's my favorite one
Yeah.
besides the pilot.
Yeah. Well, I wonder just what's the youngest person to be.
His name's not Have a Nice Day-o. It's not I'll Be Your Friend-o. His name is Destroy-o.
There we go.
Case closed.
There we go. There we go.
You can just see him saying that.
Yeah.
This is the first one there's a fight into.
Cool.
Tick versus Destroy-o.
Yeah. Cool. Gotta see that. Anyway, so I get this message from him, and I just couldn't stop laughing. It's like it was probably the best message I've received in years from email. It was just that funny. I was just sitting here, and he won't address anything that I've said. He's just laughing off all the points.
Ask him, do you believe this is, furthering dialogue? Would
Yeah.
you put this in your book?
Yeah.
He probably would.
Yeah.
Seriously, you can't just say, well, I dismiss everything you say. Literally,
Yeah.
he's saying, I dismiss everything you say
Yeah.
because you're not framing it like I
Yeah,
want.
yeah. I didn't.
Now, you
I've
have to
never.
reach my viewpoint
Yeah.
before we can make
He
this
totally like wipes
blanket.
blank my viewpoint. I do not at any point disparage his viewpoint. I'm very polite, very accurate, very precise, but I'm very polite. And I don't just lightly dismiss anything he says, and I don't make any personal comments. However, he totally wipes my entire argument from the slate.
You can tell he's a professor.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you play G like this or like this?
oh, you remember I played you like this?
I know.
Oh,
I know a guy
I-
that plays G like this.
Well, I've
He
seen,
mutes the beat A string.
I've seen, you know, I make a jokes in that, well, this is hard. Well, you know, I can play G like this if I really wanted to, you know, but,
Or like this.
you know, I can, you know, invent some, you know,
This sounds pretty, but when you have switched to G7, no, I'm not making an obscene gesture. When you have switched to G7, you're going down here anyway, so why not just work that pinky? You gotta work it anyway.
I say this, I mean, you got a pinky, might as well use
Pinky
it.
check. Huh? Now let's see.
I had to make sure these were pinkies because you know I don't do this whole.
Alright, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that just seemed like perfectly fit.
Well, you know,
That's what the show is, a perfect fit.
That's right.
so he is AI.
Yeah, he's always into logic and the whole thing like that,
So
and there's certainly a logic to what he's
He's not
saying.
a programmer. He's just theorizing
Engineer.
on.
He's probably studied
He's an
programming.
engineer.
He's probably studying programming, but he's an engineer essentially. But he said that he was giving a lecture to some biology professors, and that he asked, do any of you have a definite method of how evolution occurred? And no one had an answer. No one.
So therefore he
Well,
says, by that, then that means for life side, you can't use that argument.
Yeah.
Like what? Two totally separate things.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
How
can't
does it
bring
happen?
evolution because it doesn't have.
See, I took a logic class, philosophy class way back when, and they had all these different ways for logic, like ad hominem was one. So that's one I remember off the
Yeah.
What was the other one? Red herring. Was another one.
Red herring, straw man.
What was the other one? Slippery
Red,
slope.
red, red.
Slippery slope was another one.
What's the one using what ifs that will never have happened?
Oh yeah,
This guy brings up like a hypothesis. Oh, I hypothesis. Well, so if you have this definition, then what if someone changed this guy's genetic structure so it's no longer technically human? It's like, what's this got to do with reality?
Yeah.
Nick said, what's this got to do with reality?
yeah.
You're making, don't you find this a little far-fetched?
Reality check. Reality check.
I mean, this is what's so important to him. Genetic material. That's what determines if we're human.
Yeah,
That
you said
genetic
cancer
material.
cells can also be covered.
Yeah.
And you need to repeat that and say, well, I would agree with you if I heard of any
I told-
pro-life
yeah.
person arguing to protect cancer
Yeah,
cells.
he challenged me to propose a logical argument of why human is important.
And
What
he
is a
did.
human? And yeah, I did like that. So I challenged him. And since I figured, he can challenge me, I should be able to challenge him. The next time that he gives a lecture to biology professors,
Ask those
he's
professors.
also asked, well, what is a human? The answer is roughly going to be something like a member of the genus Homo and the species Sapien. That's it. That's what's human.
You call me a homo?
Yeah.
I think aren't they like Homo sapiens sapiens?
Sapien is like Latin for thought.
That's just, yeah.
I thought-
like
I thought-
Brontosaurus was like thunder thighs or something, I don't know.
But we're, I mean, I guess we're just.
Yeah, but I mean, nonetheless, I mean, it's a species and it's not going to change. He's arguing that, well, what if you change the species?
Well, what if by time
Then we'll have a
travel?
totally separate
Well, I
subject.
asked him, first of all, document a species change, ever. When has there been a species change? When has everyone successfully changed genetic material to such an extent that
No longer a member of that
that's,
species.
yeah, towards a new species now, or a different species?
Like, you know,
Because it's still alive somehow.
you know, something that also support that's like dogs. They're all the same species, regardless of the little poodle and the
Correct.
big,
Yeah.
big dogs.
The
Right?
Bible calls them types. Did you know that?
Types.
2,000 years before Christ, they had species segregated as types.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Same thing
And
with
basically it's saying anything that can reproduce with another is a type.
same thing.
Yep, same species.
Same
Makes sense to me.
Same thing. Wow.
But anyways, I was just amazed that, I mean, every time that he's replied, he doesn't actually break down anything I say. He
Or
basically says,
he didn't respond to what you're
he doesn't
saying.
respond to things, he just wipes it all off as well. It's,
I would say literally, if this is so easy for you, I mean, if this is, because the basic premise of it is that your argument is no good because it's totally irrelevant or so easy to beat. Then,
so easy to be
then beat it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll say, okay, well, here's my argument, point by point, and separate point by point. Address this and prove any of them wrong.
I should email him saying, you know what, you should resign your tenure
Yeah.
and Nick should take over your duties as the AI.
Right. He needs to show some sort of intelligence.
Yeah.
Ah, that's it, it's artificial.
Not
But
real.
Artificial
Okay,
technology.
here's the thing that gets me. All right, he's a big Trekkie. In fact, even in this book, he mentions Star Trek and Star Trek: The Next Generation in a sentence. You know, in terms of meeting new aliens. You know, what if we met a new alien race such as that? There have been episodes where so and so has happened. Well, I forgot where I was going with that.
Big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, he's a big Star Trek fan. Well, anyways, he has this philosophy which mirrors the Vulcan philosophy. And he calls it the Volmer philosophy or something.
Oh man.
His name is Selmer.
Is that cheating?
His name is Selmer, and he merges Vulcan with his name. It becomes like Volmer.
I bet he likes the Paul a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. He's probably digging on that shit. Well, anyways, he hosts a radio show in his time. He lives in New York, so he's in Eastern time zone. And it's from 11 to midnight, his time zone, Sunday night, at like the radio station of the university that he teaches at. So, which is 10 o'clock our time, Sunday night. So think about this Sunday night, listening to him. If you go to his website, there's a link you can click on, you can listen to the radio.
Have you had a chance to listen to it?
I listen to, not the show, but I listen to the radio station to verify that it worked. So this Sunday night at the house, I'm going to basically listen to a show, kind of get the idea for how it's run, where it's coming from.
Well, that's good. And you know, that's the beauty of the internet.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the internet.
It's streaming, it's like a 30 kilobit a second.
Oh,
Thing,
wow.
So you can listen to a 36 mode if you had to.
Yeah, on my iBook, on a dial-up connection, I can listen to radio stations
Oh, yeah.
from around the world. On my older computer, sometimes it was difficult.
Yeah. Theoretically, I could probably go to dialpad.com, and then if I found out what the number is, dial it, and then try to reach them during a show. But I'm not gonna. I may.
Work a long distance.
Yeah, I may research that. You know, I'm not gonna spend, sit on hold for an hour and then not even get in. You know,
Well,
maybe charge.
you might, if he ever talks about it, you can say, here's my phone number, I would love to debate you,
Yeah.
on the air.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't.
It'd be nice if it probably wouldn't work out that way, but if me and Jerry theoretically were here like Sunday night at 10 o'clock, it doesn't work out good for him obviously. In theory, we could be here, we could tape a show basically and have him get on basically at the same time he's doing his show. But I doubt that. At best, I could do that. Maybe have it be a clip. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Well, that's, well, when Jerry gets back, I'm going to ask what you guys think was going on in Israel.
Oh yeah.
Last 2 days.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I'll be itching to answer that.
I mean, the one thing is this, terrorism has got to be the lowest.
Yeah.
They're
killing
is the
babies.
lowest. Is the lowest.
They're killing babies on purpose. I mean, it's not like they're attacking military targets. They're attacking the police. They're attacking
A year and a half
buses.
baby was
Yeah.
blown up today.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of?
Deliberate, not accidentally.
Yeah.
I don't care what your
I
cause
mean,
is.
that's the rule, not the exception. Their rule is to sow terror. I mean, they've been doing that for 60
And
years.
Israel, is going to basically, I guess, going to take them back over,
Yeah.
and You know,
the right wingers in Israel basically say all this land that is Israel. The left wingers say, well, most of this land is Israel. The rest of it is Palestinian-controlled land. But anyways, this area, little strip of land is this disputed or occupied territory. And they went to recently, as far as last week, starting to build a fence around essentially this disputed area. So in a sense, it almost looks like they're making a border. And what they said is they're going to claim new areas from now on. Any new attack, they claim more areas. Any new attack, they claim more
Is
areas.
that smart or what?
that's what I would do. I mean, that's what like you guys said, they sat on their hands for way too long.
Yeah.
We
And,
wouldn't have.
Yeah, we would. I mean, look, they killed 3,000 of our people. We struck back hard. We defeated a nation.
Yeah, an entire nation.
That's right.
Kicked their
The
butt.
Al Qaeda is a lot stronger than Hamas or Al Fatah.
yeah, because since I'm not as learned,
At least in those aspects.
on this subject, there's plenty of places for the Palestinian folks, I guess, to go live, right?
Yeah. They can
Jordan.
live. They can live in any of the exactly any of the other areas.
There's
In fact, think about this: from 1949 to 1967, they lived in Jordan. All these Palestinians.
They were Jordanians.
They were Jordanians. They all lived in the West Bank, which was at that time Jordan.
Isn't Jordan nice?
Jordan's a nice place. It's one of the nicer areas in all of the Middle East.
They have water.
It's
rights.
actually a very popular tourist attraction.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, was a king, was it Hussein?
Yeah, I think so. There are a lot of Husseins, so I get it mixed up. There was
Yeah.
a Hussein earlier in Egypt, for example. So.
Yeah, so well, anyways, apparently he liked Austin Powers.
I don't doubt
I
it.
think that was yeah.
Yeah.
He said $1 million, or what was it? Yeah.
What is $1 million? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Yeah, it's just, it just really, blows my mind how any member of civilization
Yeah.
would do
They have
that.
no claim to that property. Israel could, right? Because Jordan took it from Israel.
And guess what? Jordan 88 or 78?
Yeah, relinquished
They
all.
relinquished the entire West Bank. They said
So
it's
therefore,
over.
Israel
They
took it
lost
from
some claim
Jordan.
from it. Yeah.
See, Israel had it originally. Jordan took it from Israel. Israel took it back. So,
What year did they take back? 60-something?
67. In 6
67.
days, they kicked everybody's butt.
Yeah.
They got the
A small
Egyptian
country,
the entire Egyptian Air Force.
And this is
on
the
ground.
entire Middle East. And something the size of my pinky nail,
Less than that.
less than that, is Israel.
And it whooping on everybody.
Yeah, they're surrounded. They got attacked. This long.
So they're
Whole lot of stuff.
the strongest force in that area.
Easily.
Well,
They're the
yeah.
6th most powerful nation in the world. They're the size of New
They got
Jersey.
the third most powerful as far as nukes, right? They have more nukes than.
I don't know. Overall, they're the
I think
6th most
I think
powerful.
it's Russia, us, and then Israel.
China probably.
Let's think about this. When you're
Why don't they have like?
China only has 20-some nukes.
No, they're.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
They're ballistic. They're pretty
Well, I heard Israel had more than that, but I could be wrong.
You would think, like, when you were in
They
high
have
school,
ballistic missiles on them.
Oh, okay.
when you were in high school, and if you were our size, you would go pick on the biggest bully unless you had some type of
Just
Right,
imagine,
death wish.
just imagine Israel is Chun. Now, imagine the 5 most deadly ninja martial artists in the world, or 13, surrounding Chun. He's no danger.
ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pale piece of pig here. There,
Yeah.
chunk.
That's
I love
basically.
them. I love these. You know those books? I've been going over
Yeah,
there.
it looks yes.
I listened to one book in 3 days of riding to and from work.
Oh, cool.
It is so cool. And
What are you gonna do when you run out?
You do it again?
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
There you go.
Actually, what I'm doing is, if you guys want to hear, I don't know if you have a cassette player in your car, just please take care of it, because I mean, it's very, very
I got nothing. I don't have a cassette player to my name.
Really? Huh. Wow.
I'm sorry.
You know, I ought to do. Or do you have a cassette player that hooks up your computer?
I can. Yeah. That's a possibility.
There we go.
Yeah, digitize.
Yeah.
MP3s.
Oh, you can put them
All
all.
on one disc.
That might be a project.
But see,
There you
all
go.
you do is just put it at 128 kilobits.
Oh, that's great.
For audio.
Because it's vocal.
Yeah.
It's not even
You
sound.
can't-
You don't need to hear.
Yeah, I was just gonna say yeah.
96.
Maybe even 64. Because it's
Yeah, but 96
talking.
just to give it. Now 64 requires that to get them all on there.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
Well, you can talk. Well, I guess I mean
We have 2.5 minutes. 3
3.5
minutes.
minutes. Well,
Basically, they don't have any call for it. Israel. Here's what Israel's main error was. In '67, when they kicked all those guys' butts and they took over East Jerusalem for the first time, they should have, because at that time, the reason that other countries gave up is not because they didn't have more fight in them. They just knew that Israel kept expanding more and expanding more. They was going to get a bunch of land back. So they said, "Oh, it's over. Okay, let's negotiate." Israel should have said, "Next week, we'll negotiate." And just go like 3 more days, 4 more days, and I mean, just put a huge buffer zone on the other side of Jerusalem. Take the Temple Mount. That would answer that question right there. Seriously, if they had the Temple Mount in East Jerusalem, we wouldn't have half the problem. You know what it is. Arafat, by the way, you know he wasn't even born in there. He was born in Egypt.
wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Well, was Israel listening to Aquaman?
Oh, wait, I have new news for Aquaman. There's going to be a new comic book series based on Aquaman. Matter of fact, they're doing a 4-part special Justice League of America comic book called Antiquities or something.
Ah.
And from there, it'll be an Aquaman spinoff comic book. So you'll have to go to like Mountain High Comics and just subscribe to it.
Longly awaited and anticipated Aquaman.
And he mutates his handbag.
He should. Aquaman.
He's the king of the
You know what?
sea.
Movie coming in 2005.
Gotta happen.
Aquaman the movie.
Gotta
Hey,
happen.
tonight on Extra. You guys ever see Extra?
Yes, sometimes, yeah.
Daredevil teaser tonight on
Ah,
Extra.
cool.
The teaser that's before Minority Report.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been hearing some really good things about that movie.
I have too.
It said special effects. Is this worth it? It's going great. They said great movie, but
What's good plot?
just the special effects is worth going to see it.
There you go. So I guess that makes up for its day.
I know, the
Minority
title's like-
Report? Well,
Well,
like, what is this? Hi, I'm in high school and I'm in detention. Well, we'll put that for the Minority Report.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would you have called it?
Tom Cruise gets accused of murder in the future.
Yeah.
No,
Without
something- I would
time. It'd
call
be something like
something
Without
I
Time.
Murderer or something.
Yeah, that might be good. Or
Murderer Me.
I Innocent Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
All you gotta do is put Tom Cruise in it, and all the girls can watch it.
that's right.
They love Tom Cruise for something.
Well, I don't. Now, he did good. Mission Impossible 1, that was alright. Mission
Yeah.
Impossible 2 was great.
Yeah.
And
Here's another good one, too.
Risky Business.
Yeah.
That one, him, that was good in that.
He was in.
What else was he in? Was he in The Outsiders?
Oh, Top Gun.
Top Gun, that's right.
That was alright.
But he was in Legend, wasn't he?
Yes, that was good.
He's in Legend.
I like that was one of the video discs we had to watch over and over and over again in the career. So.
You're like,
you know what's
yeah.
cool about that movie? What atmosphere? You know, like Blade Runner had
Yeah.
atmosphere. They did something like that, but old. But you know how they did it? By having little leaves falling all the time.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
cool.
Everyone just doing
Yeah, I
like
guess so.
leaves
Yeah.
falling. If they're outside, there's leaves falling all the time. Oh, it's like magical or something. Very cool.
It's a kind of magic.
It's a kind of magic.
There you go.
What? Want something?
They gotta see somebody say something. He might get some pretty good.
Somebody-
He might. He has a pretty
Yeah.
good tenor
Oh, I
voice.
don't think, but I don't think it's Kramer.
Danny Betancourt, he has a phenomenal voice. He was
Manhill.
yeah, he ended up going
like
there for
two
another
weeks.
group, but he was in another group, but he's got a really good
What
voice.
are you in Extreme?
Yeah, Extreme, thank you.
Yeah, more than words.
Yeah, more than words. Yeah, he's a very good singer.
But I know David Lee Roth was an egotistical maniac. But
And he didn't have that good of a voice, to be honest.
Did you hear?
Really?
Yeah,
I bet it was Van.
It's just it was a good voice. It just wasn't a great voice.
Well, did you?
No, I don't think it's a classical great
Yeah.
voice. I said it fits perfect
It
with
fits,
Van Halen
yeah.
style.
It fit more than Hagar. I'll be honest. I don't like it.
Well-
Hagar.
Well, Hagar and Roth are on tour together this summer.
Cool.
The
you ever
tear each
see
other's
Turner?
long blonde hair out.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Not Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Yeah, Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
It was alright.
I was looking.
Well, you guys get up here and sing.
That's another one. I would have walked out. I didn't finish watching it. I watched almost an hour of it.
What?
Joe Dirt. I said, no.
Oh, that was hilarious. I love that.
I-
I never saw it in theaters. I never do that. But I mean, as far as the video,
Maybe I need to watch it with someone
Actually,
else.
it was better than the Animal.
I
And the Animal I
didn't watch
liked.
that.
I tell you, yeah.
That
Oh,
was
what's
funny.
that? Mr. Deeds.
Mr.
Oh, these looks good, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah,
Very
they call him
good.
Deeds. Yeah, just call me Deeds. Yeah, that football. You guys seen that one?
I see where
We'll
we
have to do that
touched
tomorrow.
There'll be something to talk about. That's what
Monday's
we do.
over.
Oh,
Monday needs to be our movie review. We need to remember.
That's right. Now that we have a good pipeline of movies.
That's right.
So,
That's it.
there you go.
Get out of your second iron, Nick. Clear that throat. Hi, I'm Jerry Welch.
Hi, I'm Herbert Midgley.
I'm Nick Carroll.
And this is whatever. You know that.
Whatever.
Everyone freeze. Drink break.
Synchronized drink break.
Freeze.